I was wondering, do you like pineapple on pizza?
You got to put me on the spot here, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
All right, Joel. Here's my official stance on pineapple on pizza.
I'm gonna take cover for this one, so.
I've had it before. I didn't hate it. I see why people dislike it. I see why people like it. We live in a free, stinking country, and if you want to put pineapple on your pizza, you can. And if you don't want to put pineapple on your pizza, you shouldn't have to. I prefer diced tomatoes, to be honest. Better way to get that sweet kind of juice to it.
Travis for president!
Actually, I'm genetically predisposition against it. In my back, it's this thing called a spine.
Ooh. Boom!
So, Forrest, when's the new Elements of Harmony episodes coming out?
Alright, so Elements of Harmony is something that I did for a long time, and I left. Snowblitz has taken it over, and he is working on creating a new series with it and kind of revamping it a little bit. For me, it was kind of getting to the point where it felt like beating a dead horse, no pun intended. And it's just when you do something for a certain amount of time and it gets to that point where you sort of feel like it needs to die, it's probably time to step away. And for me, that was the right time for me to leave. So unfortunately, I won't be coming back to that. I might do something similar to it at some point, but yeah, unfortunately, you just kind of have to wait for Snowblitz to revamp that and get it out.
All right, Forrest. So, are you thinking of ever possibly, maybe even with the talented guitarist that you have here, Forever Free and Luna, doing Trixie live at a con?
Will I ever perform Trixie live?
Yes.
I don't think... did we? Blue is informing me that I did Trixie live at Winnie.
I mean, I was at Winnie and I asked you about it.
I don't remember this. Trixie's one of those songs where it's really long and convoluted, and I can't remember the lyrics to join the herd, so... Oh, it was the wedding. That makes sense. So we did it at the wedding, which was okay because we had a cheat sheet. So Zeta and Rosie got married this past year, and a bunch of us came and performed at their wedding because we're all friends and all that stuff. So we wound up doing Trixie, but I had a cheat sheet, so I was able to actually get through the song. One of the things that people know is that I don't remember lyrics very well at all, which is why it's so helpful to have like 50 people in the audience all singing the lyrics, because it's like, great, if I forget, I'll just be like...
If I'm still here, right.
I also heard that you went crowd surfing, but you didn't quite get to sing an entire verse of Discord this time.
It's like, oh, I'll just try. Okay, why wouldn't I? Right.
That's about right. Well, last year, I jumped out and crowd surfed while it was during a verse. And this time I waited for like the little dubsteppy part, just to kind of take a break. There wasn't really much of a verse to sing in that time span.
Hopefully by then I'll be
But yeah, a crowd surf is a crowd surf. I'm just glad that people had my back, or my front in this case.
Stage dive!
Okay. I have a question for Forever Free Brony. You just did Silhouette with Black Griffin. Where do you go from there?
I guess you could say that we're also trying to work on a couple other songs, and I have a lot more well-known people that I'm working with. I'm currently coming out with a couple collaborations with Ailey Monty, and yeah, and I'm always working with Aviators, United Friends. So yeah, that's where I'm going, and the chance will be done pretty soon. I'm working on the next 3, plus an extra song on the Chant album.
Wait, I might need you for a picture.
So vinyl,
I'll flag you over.
which one do you prefer? Penske or U-Haul?
So Penske or U-Haul, huh? Wow, would you look at the time? My flight's in an hour. See y'all next year. Yeah, no, you know, Penske's been with me all the way, so I'm sorry for you U-Haul fans. That's a good question. Next year. Next question.
I have a question for Luna Jackson Blue Nose Reindeer. I'm a huge fan of the song Stars, and I was wondering if someone could tell a little bit about the creative process behind that song.
Well, where's Josh?
So, I wrote Stars, and it sat in a drawer for 2 years before I went to a convention with Blue Nose and was like, I wrote this song once, and I don't know if I should release it. He's like, why haven't you released this yet? And so I went back home after that convention and recorded it and sent it to him. He's like, oh, this is great. Can I add a cajon and like sing some vocals with it too? I was like, sure, do it. And can I also like put some mixing touches on it? And he did. And that's what happened with Stars. It was inspired, I don't remember what it was inspired by, it was a long time ago. The end.
Any other questions? Yes.
I don't want to be here, I need to get off on the front of the stage.
I actually wanted to ask Free Brody about the story behind the song House of Glass.
The story behind the song House of Glass consists mostly of like past mistakes that I've made. Sure, it's a song about Trixie and the fact that it was inspired by the fact that she said she called herself the Great and Apologetic Trixie at the end of an episode. And but I mainly based it off of past mistakes that I've made and kind of going through a sort of, I guess, repentance process and making myself better in that sense. And so that that song really is a close one for me. And I found out about a while ago that it's the favorite song of many people, and I'm glad they enjoy it. And those among those people is one of the people who really enjoys that song. I heard recently that it was Aviator's favorite Brody song.
Next question. Yes.
Travis, what's the chances of you collaborating with these acoustic artists for vocals?
If that was true, then I would never have sung on my tracks. It's not a bad idea. The key is I would have to. Well, I just hate everyone. That's the thing. I would have to write more lyrical songs, to be honest. And lately, I've been on kind of an instrumental kick. Like I spent all of September working on. It was supposed to be a full EP, but I only did about 3 songs, and only one of them actually had full-fledged lyrics. The other one just had like a little vocal interlude, and then I played that last night.
So Travis, you can remember what happened in September?
Where did everybody go? I actually don't know the words to that. Wake me up before you go. Wake me up inside.
Can't wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Well, now do you remember Dancing in September?
But yeah, I would just need to write more lyrics and stuff before I had more vocalists.
Thumbs up from the back. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
You're the real MVP.
All right. Next question.
I have a question for back here, actually. So, for those that can't see me, I'm over here. Hi. So, for all the musicians that are here, where do you want your music to go in the next 3 or 4 years?
Oh boy. I think I'd like to get signed. I think I just wanted to get to a place where it's supporting itself. Ideally, I'm not really sure like where in terms of geography or like where it's released so much as it'd be really nice if I could not have to have a day job. I'm a bit of a pipe dream, but I would just like to. I think I see it going a little bit more. That's a really good question. I don't have a good answer. I know. I think I just want to see it kind of get more into the professional realm. I'd like to start releasing CDs where I'm not necessarily there to hand them to someone. You know. just try a couple different genres, a couple different things, but I don't really have a set in stone direction yet. 3 or 4 years. This is that kind of question where it's like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Yeah. Breathing, roof over my head.
Goonie?
Well, I know where I'm going to be, but I hope I'm after that. I hope I go in a different direction, because like when I was in Argentina, I actually wrote over 100 songs, and so I have basically my work cut out for me, and I'm going to be releasing 2 songs a month, which will be so. I'll definitely be releasing music every year for a long time. But after that, I hope after I'm done, you know, writing my own songs, I'm hoping to do like soundtracks for movies and stuff like that. I've tried to work my way up in using orchestral stuff, and it's been a blast, honestly. And that's what the chant songs have kind of inspired me to do, I guess. I realized that it was another thing, you know, I was pretty good at. So that's the direction I hope to take.
Jax.
So songwriting has always been more of my way of journaling my life than anything else. And so for the future, I hope to continue being able to write songs based on life experiences and things that make me feel things. And that's about it.
Final.
I don't make music. That's it, really.
All right. For me, I have no clue. I write music when I'm inspired. It's kind of like Jax. When there's things going on in my life that are particularly interesting to me, and you know, there's a lot of things kind of happening, and you start to get inspired, and you just have to write things down. You have to kind of journal the experiences that happen to you. Or when you get really excited about a topic and you just kind of want to explore that topic, that's when I start to write music. And for me, the next few years, it's pretty much exactly what Travis said. I hope to have a roof over my head. Hopefully I can pay my bills. Music isn't exactly the primary focus for me, but you know, continuing to do artistic pursuits, continuing to mix technical engineering type stuff with artistic things, and you know, vlogs or music or you know, filmmaking or whatever it winds up being. I'm hoping I can continue to have an artistic outlet. Killscreen.
I don't really know. Music's always been a part of my life for as long as I can remember, but it's always been something super fun, and I don't think that I'd ever want to ruin that by creating it as a job. I think in the future I'd like to do more work with other producers from an instrumental aspect. I play guitar, saxophone, drums, whatever, but I don't have the patience to do production in a DAW, so I'd like to get to a point where I can work with that. And I'm also doing the Twitch thing, and I'd really like to see that blow up. I have so much fun on Twitch. I have a great amount, or like the regular viewers I have, they're just awesome people, and the support they give me, it's great. So I'd like to see that community grow. I don't know, it's kind of a lame answer, but that's really, I want it to be fun. That's the point. I don't care if I make a million Zoom music, awesome, as long as it's still fun. And that's what I want. That's a good answer. I have Rod. Whoa. Ooh. DJ Rod!
All right, so let's see, next 4 years. Well, right now, I'm really getting into music production and stuff in FL, but the main issue is I'm in mechanical engineering school right now, and it takes the majority of my time. So once I'm slowly working on music, trying to get more and more stuff out. I originally came in wanting to, you know, produce bangers and that kind of stuff, but I've sort of been kind of finding a love for sort of more euphoric-y UK hardcore kind of stuff. So if anybody knows the name Stone Bank, I've been sort of making music sort of along those lines. As far as DJing goes, I've found ever since Midwest Brony Fest, I found like a whole new love for DJing, that kind of stuff. I've been doing so much stuff on Ponyville FM, and I don't plan on leaving anytime soon. Been doing bigger and bigger